Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. I'm going to change irrelevant details to protect my client's anonymity. A client of mine has a bachelor's in communication studies and a master's in art from Stanford, and he's unusually personable. He's in his second year at a major nonprofit in San Francisco, and he's working as an admin, paid $38,000 a year. And in today's session, he understandably complained of being underpaid. And here is a paraphrase. He said, "They're such hypocrites. In public, they crow about the importance of treating workers well, and they pay me $38,000? I couldn't live in Idaho on that. And in San Francisco? No way. I'm one step from an SRO. That's a welfare hotel. I'm scared to look for another job because I love my job. People bring me green tea, tofu salad, greens from their garden. It's cool. I get lots of praise. They all say I'm doing a great job. And it's not easy to land any job with benefits. This organization does pay half my health insurance. I asked for a raise, and my boss said, 'You're paid the going rate. So many people want to work at a nonprofit.' And then my client asked me, 'So what should I do?' I said something like, 'What you should do depends in part on how easily you feel you could find a better job, not just in pay, but overall.' The client said, 'It's usually taken me a good few months to find a decent job, and honestly, this one's my favorite. And the job market is still COVID depressed. And now with the Delta variant, apart from your practically assessing the risk reward of pushing harder for a raise, there is the psychological. One person in your situation might be so angry at the organization's hypocrisy that he would give an ultimatum or even quit without having another job offer. Such a person probably also has high tolerance for risk. But a different person might think, well, we're all hypocrites on some level, and I'm scared to look for a job, so I just need to swallow it. The client said, I did ask my boss again for a raise, and she said she'd get back to me. It's been 4 days, though. And then said, well, the way your boss and your organization runs, should you give it more time? The client says, I should give it another week, but then what? I said, then, core to your personality is to not be too pushy, so I'm wondering if what's right for you is to not push anymore for a raise, although you might ask for some non-cash benefit like they're paying more of your health insurance, giving you paid training, or letting you work from home more, and then without quitting quietly or not quietly looking for a better job. Sometimes the only thing that'll make an employer budge is the fear of losing you. The client said, I'm inclined to just accept things even if they don't budge. I then said, before accepting that this is your lot in life, you're a bright, educated, nice guy with an advanced degree in the arts. Should you verbally or in writing to a higher-up explain that you have much more you could contribute and you should cite some very specific things you might do? The client says, yeah, I really should do that. It makes perfect sense. I then said, a lot of times something rationally makes sense, but the client deep down knows that he or she won't do it. How about you? He said, I think I will. And say, if we were in Vegas, should we bet that you would? The client says, yes. Well, I said, well, would the odds maker make the odds even money? 2 to 1, 10 to 1? The client says 2 to 1. And then say, well, what could make it 10 to 1? The client says, get my girlfriend on my case. And we laughed. Anyway, the takeaway, as usual, one size doesn't fit all. If you feel underpaid, ask yourself, how aggressive does the wise person within you think you should be? Is there a non-cash benefit that would be more acceptable to you and maybe even more desirable? After all, after taxes, in a coastal metropolis, you would lose fully half of anything you negotiate in taxes because that increment would be taxed at your top rate. Should you quietly or even not quietly look for another job? Sometimes you decide you need to stay put even if you feel the employer is taking advantage of you, but that doesn't mean you can't otherwise improve your life. In your case, how might you try to do that? When I first started as a career counselor, I encouraged tough negotiation, but I found that the risk-reward ratio of too tough negotiation, on average, results in maybe winning the battle, but losing the war, or even losing the war. Don't let your ego get in the way. Don't let winning be the goal. Think of what's wise in your situation. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.